was my dad, guys.
Sorry, buddy.
Let's continue.
Book, yeah.
Let's find out what happened next. He got hit by the
guys.
cheese, didn't he?
My dad.
What happened next?
The cheese hit the little old man. The little old man sat down and the little mouse ran back to her hole. So 7 little mice still lived in the hole in the little man's old man's house by the magic woods. Bye guys. Bye. Bye everyone. Bye.
So this is the early stages with Alfie, and I was kind of trying to show his teacher what he could do at that particular moment and what I'd be working with him as part of his speech sound mapping in his EHC plan. He had no letter formation at all. He wasn't doing any letter formation. Remember, he's been doing synthetic phonics read writing for at least 2 years. He could recognise SAT-PIN, but it wasn't secure. So if the letters were slightly off, as you'll see when my handwriting wasn't brilliant with an A, and so he assumed it was a P.
Do you know, I think that's my writing. Have a look at this. Look, it's round the apple, up down the leaf. Now it's round.
So I said round the apple, up and down the leaf, because I know the school used read write ink. So I thought if I do the phrase, he's going to know that is the letter A. That's the A.
Yes. So it was my writing, wasn't it?
So even though he knows it's the grapheme for the sound A, he reverts back to P. So he goes P, nt, which of course isn't a word.
Now, if that wasn't at, what would it be? If that wasn't at, what would that be? At. Oh, too clever. Now, I've got a little book here.
So when I gave him the sounds ant, he said the ant. He wasn't even looking at the graphemes. When he's looking at the graphemes and having to hold on to that and blend them, it's really hard. Now, just so that you know, when I had first visited and screened him, which was a few weeks before this, the first thing I'd said to his mum was his phonemic awareness is really poor. So if I gave the sounds, he couldn't say ant. So if I get ant, he wasn't easily blending the sounds. His phonemic awareness was really poor. So the fact that there I'm going ant and he's walking off and saying ant was brilliant. But you can see he's just not putting it together with the graphemes, not with ease.
Pat.
So what would the whole one be?
Now, I'm always really interested in habits, behaviours, whatever. When a child has finished sounding out the sentence, they should just naturally repeat it back. So if he's gone pat, sat, he should naturally say pat, sat. I had to prompt him, and I knew I was going to have to prompt him, but notice what he does. He doesn't then say it, he then starts decoding it again. So he's not used to get to the end of the sentence, repeat back what it is. So he's not used to having to retain what those words are. It's literally decode it and then that's it. Nothing's done with it. It's all about single words, no sentences. So this is really interesting.
Who's that? So those two words would be pat, sat. So see if on this one you can tell me. I'll ignore that one because that's actually the one. So show me this. Oh my goodness, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words there, and that is actually the word up. So what would this be? What would this sentence be? What's that one? Sat. Yes. What's this one? Yes, and there's so pat, sat, at, oh, what's the last word? What do you think? What do you think?
So again, I'm checking behaviours, because if you give a child text, even if they can't decode it, they understand what we're doing, that those words create a sentence. The sentence has something to do with the picture, it has meaning, whatever. When I said to him, Pat sat at a, what do you think he sat at, he had no clue what I was talking about. And even though there's a picture there of a tap, he doesn't say tap. So he's not connecting the print to the meaning at all. He's not predicting. He doesn't have any reading behaviours, as if you like. It's almost as if he's just been taught to recognise a few graphemes and try and blend them together.
Before we even have a look at it, what do you think it is? Pat sat at a...
Pa.
No, I wonder what it is. I wonder, let's have a look. Pat sat at a... Oh, what's he, is he sitting at an elephant?
I don't know.
Is that an elephant?
No.
So he's not sitting at an elephant.
It's grass.
Is this it? Oh, so it might be Pat sat at a grass. Let's have a look. You tell me. Pat sat at a...
T a p tap.
Yes, Pat sat at a tap. Oh my God. Oh look, what do you think happened?
He went to water.
Does that look like Ruby?
Yeah.
So he seemed to have only been working with single words, no sentences. So not really sort of putting it together as if we're reading. It was sort of a grapheme recognition, blend it, single words. If there were two words, he couldn't even remember those two words. He would have to start again, because he's basically using so many cognitive resources. That's the brain is working really hard that he's got to start again each time. But even just practicing these behaviours would help. But I don't know how much support the teachers were getting, for working with Alf, for working with autistic children, which is why speech sound mapping was named in his EHC plan in section F. So we needed to teach him the code overlay. And what that means is you've got your regular text, but let's put on top of it, we can show which letters are the graphemes. So like you see there, the I and the E are together. So that represents a sound, and you can see the monster E is on there. So the speech sound monsters, the Phonemies family, we've got A, U, F, E. So when we follow the monster sounds to say the word A, U, F, E, Alfie. So we can see the sound value. We can see what I call the pictures of the sounds. They're the graphemes, which letters go together. And just there you can see the duck, the little duck hands. If I was doing work with him regularly, he would be doing duck hands to death. It's very difficult when I'm supporting people, and it kind of gets a little bit watered down. But this is what his brain needed. Now, you might have heard when I skipped the page that had the word on it, the letter A, because I knew it would confuse him. But here, because he's so used to looking at the letter A and saying when we're reading a red ball, a red bus, he was totally confused because he'd never been told that before. He'd never been told that the letter A represents the which is actually the schwa, for a word. So by being able to look at the phonemes next to that word he could then click on the phoneme screen to remind himself the sound value. Now remember, at this stage he's still looking word, 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 and the sounds in between, so he's not bringing it together, even if it's only 3 words.
Red ball.
Well done. Well done, Alf. Get that one sometimes, don't we?
Red,
So what this did right from the beginning was give him confidence. When I first met him, he had learnt helplessness. He was like, I know, I don't know, tell me, what have you. Whereas here, we're giving him all the information. I don't know if you've watched the video at the top of the training page on speedyreadies.com, but I basically say, look, let's assume every child doesn't have the information and let's just give it to them. Because the children who need it will go, thank you, and the children who don't will go, do you know what, I'm so clever, I didn't need it at all. But it's scaffolded. So for the first time, Alfie is able to see all the information he needs. So we're reducing that cognitive load.
Roger ran. So good.
Without it's way harder.
Without the monsters.
Yeah, it's way harder.
Absolutely. They reduce the cognitive load.
Hi guys.
Come on then, point. Let's do our word mapping. Off you go.
I can see green.
Now, I know he added a word, I can see green, but that word makes sense here, doesn't it? I actually love that. Because it makes sense, but also he's not having to follow every monster sound or whatever. So he's using it in the way that works for him. If he gets stuck on a word, he can check the phoneme. And that's what this is supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about use the cues as much as you need them. If you don't need them, don't use them. So it builds that confidence, that independence. It's all about self-teaching. We're helping the brain to become a self-teaching brain and rely on us and instruction less and less.
Wait, go back. I
See green.
Well done. Keep going.
I see green.
Well done.
I see a green dog.
Brilliant.
So it's not a dog, it's not a dog, it's a dog. Because what is reading? Reading is really in a way that we speak. I mean, it's not a direct translation of sort of, we're not directly talking on paper, but what we would say is, I see a green, whatever it was. You wouldn't say, I see a green, I see a green. And when children are translating those letters on paper into their speech, it has to be how they speak. Now, he'd only ever gone print to speech before, never speech to print. So what we're doing here with My Speaky is he's got to type the sounds, the phonemes, and then he'll see the word and check the word. So it's the other way around. So we're helping the brain encode speech to print, decode print to speech.
Good. E.
So that should be right. Oh, wait a minute.
I did maybe with
No. What we're not doing right is we need to show a word. Now!
Green.
High five! We weren't showing the word. We had it right, didn't we?
my turn to do
You're
mine.
so clever.
Now it's
Say
on
bye-bye, Miss Emma.
Now, Alfie loves YouTubers and wanted to be a YouTuber. So we kind of created his own little channel. That's why it's the Alfie channel. But look how quickly he is working now and the confidence. Just watch this. It's amazing.
Hey guys. Today we're doing Roger and Bubble, but we're doing the different. So Roger and Bubble.
Well done. You're going to scroll across.
Roger red hat.
Yeah.
Roger had a red hat. Roger had a red ball. Roger had a red bus.
Brilliant. Just a different child confidence-wise engagement or whatever. That's what this is all about. Because the 1, 2, 3 and away books, it's not just about the fact that we've got this code overlay so he understands which letters are graphemes and their sound value and what reading is and whatever. And we're doing it the other direction as well. He enjoys the characters and the stories. There's enough repetition so that he it's just, he can predict so much. It's just brilliant. And what I get teachers to do is check where they're looking. So you'll see when the pointer or their finger, is it pointing to the phoneme? Is it pointing to the grapheme? Is it a mixture? So we're watching their behavior. In the online library, there's the unmapped version, regular text. There's the version that just shows them which letters are the graphemes, and the version that you saw before that shows which letters are the graphemes and the sound value. Now here you can see he's going to be reading the regular hard copy book that has no cues, but he's just going to blow us away. Please order these from the library so that you don't have to actually buy them yourself. They're still really expensive to buy because, you know, we've taken over the rights, but we had to do everything ourselves, and it's really, really expensive. So please order them from the library so you don't have to buy them. But having the hard copy books and being able to read it is just so empowering.
Billy Blue Hat and the Snowman.
Well done.
Billy Blue Hat and the Snowman.
Well done.
Jennifer Yellow Hat saw Billy Blue Hat and the Snowman.
Brilliant, Alf.
Jennifer Yellow Hat and the Snowman. Johnny Yellow Hat saw Jennifer and Billy and the Snowman.
Wow, Alf.
So Alfie has worked through the 36 pre-readers, the 16 introductory books. Those are all mapped, you know, with the code mapping or with the monster mapping. He's now on the blue books, which are just regular text. He doesn't need the overlay. He is now in the self-teaching phase.
Fans, today we're doing some learning about the little 7 mice. And let me introduce you to my son George. Hello viewers! Today we're watching this video. That was George. Do you want to say something hello to the Hi! And now I want to be what I know what I want to be when I'm grown up, guys. I want to make my own movies and cartoons. It will be all over the world. Hi guys, we're back. Well, we're doing this one, the little old man and the 7 mice. It's a little bit different. You haven't seen this one. This one's a completely different new one. We're doing also, if you've seen me and Lucy, you probably remember the book Miranda and the Magic Stones. Me and my mum never seen it before, but I know about it. And did you know the witch was actually Miranda's grandmother if you've never seen the book?
Right, do you want to read this then?
So just stop for a second and think about what you just heard. He's spontaneously talking about the stories of the characters, what he's reading, telling people with confidence, where it's 2026, a year of reading, because reading for pleasure is on the decline. And this video is not just to show, you know, about how we're teaching reading, it's to show what happens when you empower children and they want to read. It absolutely changes everything.
The little old man,
The
old man, and the 7 mice. Sorry about that, guys.
brilliant. No need to be sorry.
And look at the
You're doing
little
brilliant.
kitty kid. Pretty cute. A little old man lived in a house. I think it's staying in the past to me when I was telling Lucy by the magic woods. The little old man had a big red cheese.
Big red cheese.
Yeah. If you don't like cheese, you could just skip it if you want to.
Maybe it's vegan though.
No one knows. I don't know. The little old man went upstairs. He left the cheese on the table. 7 little mice lives in the hole. A hole. If I have a hole, I'm going to put a cork on it to block it. I would just make a little cheese to in the old man's house. The little 7 little mice saw the big red cheese on the old man's table.
Ooh, so nice.
Yeah, and would you eat?
I love the cheese.
Comment down below if you would eat that cheese. I don't really want to, because if you don't, did you know I have allergies? I'm allergic to dairy and egg. And here's George Bank. Hi viewers, it's Alfie. We're having so much fun.
So you definitely wouldn't eat anything unless you knew exactly where it was and you checked.
And did you know also George is my son, and here this cute fat. He calls me Papa, and his nana is her, my mum. Let's continue. The little old man came downstairs. He saw the mice on the table. 6 of the mice ran away, but the little mouse hid in the mice.
But one little mouse hid in the
cheese.
Oh, look at him in the cheese.
Yeah, and this cutscene, this one, he kind of looks like a powerful wizard to me, like throwing like a beam from a villain.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
The little old man was very cross. He was cross.
He
tossed the cheese out of the window. But the other one, the next page will be insane and funny. A little old woman was going by the cheese. Hit the little old woman. How insane is that, guys?
Oh dear.
The little old woman was very cross. She tossed the cheese back at the little old man.
I'd be cross too, wouldn't you?
And would you eat that cheese in real life, you think? Also tell me, does it have a name? What's the cheese name? And I also wish I could have my own Alfie friendly cheese. It's like from oh, do you want to see the viewers, Dad?
Hello.
That was my dad, guys.
Okay, sorry, buddy.
Let's continue.
The book, yeah.
Let's find out what happened next. He got hit
Sorry,
by the
guys.
cheese, didn't he?
My dad.
What happened next?
The cheese hit the little old man. The little old man sat down, and the little mouse ran back to her hole. So 7 little mice still lived in the hole in the little old man's house by the magic woods. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
So think where he was and where he is now. So that's what happens when you put speech sound mapping into an EHC plan so that it's enforced within section F, where you've got a fantastic person supporting him in school. Libby Charlton has been supporting Lucy. You've heard Lucy. She's working with Alfie in the school. Libby Charlton has been supporting Lucy. I started him off, as you can see. If you want to know more about this, how we can help you, if you've got a child with who's struggling and you want something different in their EHC plan or whatever, then give us a shout. What this comes down to is brilliant supervisors, that's us, brilliant teachers in the school, and a fantastic family, mummy and daddy reading with him at night. It's just been a teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.